Alright, we're going to take a look at something I just threw together that I'm going to call Multani Madness, which basically revolves around a couple of things. The main thing is I got a couple more copies of Multani while doing some Dominaria drafts, so figured I'd throw something together for it. So the deck's going to be revolving around that, and so we need to get Multani nice and big. How do we do that? With lots and lots of ramp. We've got Llanowar Elves, Llanowar Scouts, which put a land from your hand onto the battlefield. We have an Explore package in the Merfolk Branchwalkers, Wildgrowth Walkers, and Jadelight Rangers. We have a Wayward Swordtooth, which each of them that's on the battlefield allows us to play an additional land each turn. If we have one Swordtooth on the ground, we can play 2 lands per turn. If we have 2 Wayward Swordtooths played, we can play 3 lands per turn. So playing all the Explore into the Wayward Swordtooths should give us lots of land draw. Then we have, we're not running any Planeswalkers, so we're running Immortal Sun. That draws us more cards, which means more lands, which means bigger Multanis. We have Find Finality, just so that we can recur our Explore creatures and just keep growing and growing and growing. And then it does also give us access to Finality. So you see, I think we would want 4 of each of these, but because of the whole 5th card problem, I'm not actually crafting a 4th copy of Rare Lands. At least not until I already have 3 of all of them. But since we only have one non-green mana source, that allows us to play Gigantosaurus just for shits and giggles, I guess. And aside from our Explore package and our ramp here, we have Sylvan Awakening as a nice payoff for getting all these lands, besides Multani. Then we're also running Helm of the Host for our Gigantosaurus and Multanis. And also, honestly, even just like the Wayward Swordtooths or Jadelight Rangers, having Helm of the Host on those seems pretty okay. Especially if we also have a Wildgrowth Walker in play, getting a Jadelight Ranger every round, not awful. And then we have 2 copies of Forebear's Blade, which is plus an equipment that gives our creature +3/+0, Vigilance, and Trample. Putting Vigilance and Trample on a Gigantosaurus or on, Multani already has Trample, but giving him Vigilance is not awful. Giving a Wayward Swordtooth +3 attack, Vigilance, and Trample, not awful. It also has this nifty bonus clause, which is that whenever equipped creature dies, you can attach it to another target creature you control. So as long as you have something on the field, we can basically keep equipping, like, we can equip our Llanowar Scouts or, whatever with Trample. Giving a big Wildgrowth Walker Trample and Vigilance, also pretty good. Once you get those big Wildgrowth Walkers, 5/7, 6/8, or 6/7, whatever. What is it? Yeah, 6/8. Giving those Trample, again, not awful. And then, like I said, giving a Gigantosaurus Trample is a big, big deal. Then we have our Multani Yavamaya's Avatars, which for 6 mana, you get a Reach Trample guy that has +1/+. He has power and toughness equal to the number of lands you have in play, right? I'm sorry, lands you have in play and in your graveyard. And then for 2 mana, he has an ability that allows you to return 2 lands you control to your hand and bring him out of the graveyard. So he recurs himself. And when you have the Wayward Swordtooths here, you can actually do that every single round. So if he dies, you pull him back to your hand, play your 2 lands back down, and play him again. Helm of the Host is a legendary artifact equipment that allows you to, once you place it down on a creature, every single combat phase, every single one of your combat phases, rather, it creates a copy of that creature. That copy has haste, and that copy does not have legendary if the original creature did. So you can create copies of legendary creatures and actually have multiple copies in play. The copies obviously will not be able to return to our hand, but that's not really kind of a problem. And then we have Immortal Sun. We're not running Planeswalkers, so Immortal Sun seems okay. I have not played this deck yet. I literally just put it together, so we'll see what happens. We're just going to do best of one. I have no interest in doing best of three with it until we actually put it through some tests. Honestly, I don't really have any interest in doing best of three with it at all, but you know. We'll see. If it does better than I expect it to, then, you know, maybe we'll give it a shot. But I'm not expecting this to be a super competitive deck, just kind of a fun one. I should probably update our stream title. Okay, what kind of hand do we have? This is not great, but maybe keepable. I don't know. Maybe I should mulligan more aggressively for some of our like early elf ramp. I feel like maybe this is not a hand I should be keeping. I'm not really sure. Good news is we have a Wayward Swordtooth and a lot of lands, and a Multani to play it with. So, given that we're not against, you know, like mono red or anything, this actually seems like it's going to be okay. The good news about the Wayward Swordtooths is that when you play them, as long as you have a fourth land in hand, you're always going to get that ramp from it, right? Like, they can't kill it and stop you from ramping before you drop that land, because you always have priority after it hits the field. What we got? Jadelight Rangers are good here, and we're going to aggressively explore for lands. Yeah, that guy's time has passed. And then we can do that. Forebear's Blade, we're going to keep. And our opponent's probably pretty confused at this point. But that's okay. Him being confused is fine. So, we could play Multani, but I think we're actually instead, so we have 6 lands and 3 creatures on board. So if we play that, we have 10, which means the Wayward Swordtooth can attack. We can equip that with him, and we can start hitting them in the face with an 8/5 Trample Vigilance, which means we're about to clear his entire board out. Or not. He can just decide not to block, which I guess makes sense since he has Llanowar Elves that he doesn't want to give up. But yeah, that was that turn 4 that we just did that to him? Right? Maybe that was turn 5. But the point is that we're putting down a lot of pain. And so we're going to go ahead and throw down Multani here. And then hit him. And now he's gonna have to block, and then what happens after he blocks is damage goes through anyway. Our Forebear's blade comes off of the Swordtooth and equips onto Multani. And that's the plan. That's how this works. Sure, so that has death touch, but we have trample. So and we also have another Multani behind that. So this first game has gone pretty well. Yeah, sure. And then the Forebear's blade comes off and goes onto him. Sure, we take some damage, that's fine. And then we play another Oh. Oh. Is he gonna kill our Forebear's blade? That's sad. Oh. That's so sad. Goodbye, Oh. That doesn't work, dude. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. It worked. It worked. We beat Golgari. Oh, Jesus. It worked, guys. Oh. Oh, God. It worked. Hey, give me 1 second. Alright, that's how the deck works. We make a bunch of big guys with trample, and then we keep attacking them. And we hope that they can't stop us. Because we have no way of interacting with their deck at all. We just do our thing and hope that they can't stop us. And that's why this is probably not going to be like a super competitive deck, because, like I said, we have no interaction. We just do our thing. But then at the same time, like, that's kind of part of, like, making a deck, right? Like, that's part of designing a deck that works, is you have a game plan and make sure that as much of your deck as possible works towards executing that game plan. So for us, what it does is forces your opponent to have answers. Instead of waiting to have answers to your opponent, you just force your opponent to have answers to you. So if he doesn't lightning strike this or something, then we get to play 2 lands on our turn, and drop both the Wildgrowth Walker and the Llanowar Scout. We'll do that. I think we're not going... Maybe we... I'm not sure if we're supposed to play the Wildgrowth Walker or not. I think we're not. I think we're not supposed to play it. Let's wait for like a Jadelight Ranger. Because at this point, if we draw a Jadelight Ranger and we have 4 of them in the deck, then we can drop the Walker and play a land at the same time. And right now, it's just not going to do us any good. Put that down. We can go ahead and throw out a Llanowar Elves. I guess we should go ahead and do that. Okay. Now, when we do not get the Forebear's Blades, maybe we should take out the Helm of the Hosts and put Forebear's Blades. I'm not sure. Or maybe we should take something else out and just put more Forebear's Blades. That's a problem for us since our start has been pretty slow. Multani would kind of solve that problem because Multani has reach. So if we could get Multani and a Forebear's Blade, then we might be okay. But it's not looking good. Ew. That's a problem. Okay. Well, probably gonna kill the elf because there's nothing else for him to do. But there's not really anything for us to do, and that's problematic. Maybe Shaper Sanctuaries would be good in here. Yeah, I think we're just dead. Let's see what the turn brings, and then concede. Yep, cool. Alright, and our opponent's probably very confused. See, that turn, or that game did not go nearly as well. We didn't draw our good stuff. So maybe I'm being too cute by putting in okay, maybe these guys are just too cute. We should put those back in, or leave that and add more of these so we can have more aggression. Because basically without Swordtooth, Forebear's Blade, like without our top end, we're basically just nothing. So let's do that. And honestly, I'm not sure how I feel about the Llanowar Elves. I might want to pull those out as well. I mean, Llanowar Elves are fine when they get you that early game bump, but then they're just dead cards, and it feels really bad. I mean, Steel Leaf Champions are a possibility. Maybe we should put those in there. I do have a playset of Steel Leaf Champions. But I think before Steel Leaf Champions, I would just like to have, 4 Gigantosauruses, which unfortunately I only have 2 of. Well, we have a lot of our late game stuff. We just need to draw some early game stuff, I guess. But we'll try this. I don't know how it's gonna go. Oh, hey, there we go. There's something we can play. Wayward Swordtooth. I don't think we need that. We just need more lands right now. It's also possible I should put... I don't know if we should put more lands in the deck or not. We currently have just 24. It's possible that we want to have a lot more lands. Alright, we're going to play this because we have nothing to put the Forebear's Blade on, and we need more lands. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. We just need lands. Just need lands. Come on, opponent. Okay. Ooh. Drawn dead on lands. And these Immortal Suns, it's possible that I shouldn't have so many of them in here. I think it might just be one of those things that when you have a hammer, every problem starts to look like a nail. And it's kind of a land, but given that we're up against somebody with shocks, it's not much of a land. Sure. Okay. Let's see. Does he have a shock? No? Does he want to block this? Probably. I'm happy to take away his Electromancer and deal 4 damage. Sure. But I had a bunch of Mythic Wild cards, and I was just like, I don't know. I had an idea for my other Golgari deck, and I was like, I want to try this. And so I crafted 3 Immortal Suns, and now I just keep sticking them in decks because I have them. You have a Niv Mizzet, and that's fine because I have a Gigantosaurus that's going to have +3 Vigilance and Trample. So you have fun with your Niv Mizzet. Good luck trying to ping down a Gigantosaurus. And then if I draw a land, I can follow up that Gigantosaurus with a Multani. I guess he's... Huh. What should we do here? Should we... Huh. Let's attack and see what he does. So he's gonna... Oh, he's just gonna jump block it? Okay. Let's try to slam that down. See if he has a counterspell in hand. No? No counterspell. Alright. Oh, he has another Niv Mizzet. Okay. Sure. Sure. It's just... It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Oh. You know you're in a bad place when you have to chump block with Niv Mizzet. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is too funny. It is too funny. He's got a third one. He's got a third one. Oh my god. Oh, maybe this deck is okay. Oh boy. Alright. Let's try it again. Oh. Oh boy. So I guess this is kind of an aggro-ish deck for mid-range. I don't know. I feel like it's more aggro because we don't really have much longevity, but it's gonna kind of border that line between mid-range and aggro. Like if we come up against another like actual mid-range deck, they're the control player. But if we're against an aggro deck, then we're like a mid-rangey. I guess this is okay. I don't know. Oh, no, this is terrible. I take it back. This is terrible. We're about to die. Oh. Alright, well, our Llanowar Elf did not die. So we're going to enter that tapped, play that, and hope that our Wildgrowth Walker doesn't die, and we can Jadelight Ranger. But if this guy is playing proper magic, which is always Bolt the Bird, damn you. Why didn't you use that on the Llanowar Elf? Alright, we're back to being in trouble. I mean, we're about to play a Gigantosaurus in a turn or two, so maybe we're going to be okay. We don't need to play Swordtooth because it can't block, and we don't have any lands to play with it, so that's what we want. Oh, beautiful. 2 lands. 2 lands. We'll play that. And if he does not bolt either of these Llanowar Elves, we can Gigantosaurus, and then we're probably going to be okay. I'm very confused as to why he did not attack us. But it's fine because we have a Gigantosaurus. Yeah. We're feeling pretty good about ourselves now. Gutter Snipe is kind of obnoxious, to be honest. But it's probably fine. We can play... So if we do both of these... let's go ahead and tap these. Make sure we spend that mana first, because like if we were to play this and then play the other one, they could, you know, technically kill the Llanowar Elves while we were casting the Swordtooth. Sure. Alright. This game seems like we have it pretty well in control now. Because now we have the City's Blessing, and both of these can block and attack. And they're going to be attacking. And then, on our turn, we will probably Helm of the Host and Branchwalker. Bane Fire for 5. That is a desperation move right there. That is pure desperation. Alright. Let's go attacking. Do that. Play that. That's fine. And then he'll probably just go ahead and concede here. He should. There's literally nothing that can save him. Got him. Alright, we managed to beat red deck aggro. Red deck wins. So weird variant that's running the gutter snipe, so it's not like the cookie cutter variant. You know, whether that's because of budgets or whatever. Yeah, sometimes you just don't have all the right cards and you kind of have to slip in a few other things to make do. Alright, we got cards and we got a pack. Let's take a look at that pack real quick. See if we got anything juicy. Like a rare land would be super duper awesome. It's an Underrealm Lich. I mean, it's a mythic. I haven't really been liking the Underrealm Lich so far. The times that I've tried playing it in my Golgari decks, and I've got a lot of different kinds of Golgari decks. There's definitely times when it's in play and it feels great. But a lot of times it also just feels too slow, or like if you're up against mono red or is it where they have access to lightning strike, it dies to a lightning strike. I mean, obviously you can pay 4 life to make it survive for the turn, but then they manage to do 4 damage to you with the lightning strike instead of 3, and that's kind of a feels bad moment. And then it also dies to, like Merfolk Branchwalkers and Jadelight Rangers, and it still gets exiled by Lava Coil. A lot of stuff like that. So far, I'm thinking the Sylvan Awakenings are going to be cut. I think what we want to do is, instead of the Sylvan Awakenings, I think we're going to want to put more Gigantosaurus. Sure, always bolt the bird. I mean, that's what you got to do. You got to bolt the bird. All right, and we're gonna try and stick this Wildgrowth Walker. Wish us luck, boys. He's got 6 cards in his deck that can kill it. I'm sorry, 8 cards in his deck that can kill it. Which is going to be, 4 copies of Wizard's Lightning and 4 copies of Lightning Strike. But he doesn't have it. Alright. So we're looking okay here. We're looking better than okay here. We're looking very, very good here. We do not need Llanowar Elves. Find seems okay. If he does manage to kill either of these things, we just pull it back, and we're in good shape. Does he have? I mean, he might have a shock in hand, so we're not going to risk attacking with it. This guy's throwing a lot of dudes out on the board. Yeah, this Sylvan Awakening's starting to feel pretty bad. If it was like a Gigantosaur, we'd be a lot happier. Let's see. think making a bunch of so I'm seeing one potential downfall of Forebear's Blade, which is that it does have a when a creature dies trigger, so exile effects are going to bypass the Forebear's Blade and make us pay to equip it again. So things like Vraska's Contempt, Lava Coil will be a pain in the ass. Settle the Wreckage. But we're still good against things like Assassin's Trophy, Chupacabras, direct damage from red, and of course trading. This guy's looking kind of dead though. We will play that. We can't cast it yet, so we'll drop the tapped land. And then on our turn, we will probably just Finality and wipe his board. Maybe we just equip the Forebear's Blade. Augured Groot. Okay, so this is like a super budget red deck. Which is better? He's tapped. Okay, so because he's tapped out, we can. Well, So if we Finality, he's tapped out. Okay, he's just gonna peace out. I was gonna say if we Finality and pump the Jadelight Ranger, he could respond by pinging the Jadelight Ranger with the thing there, and then our Jadelight Ranger would die as well. So we would kind of have to Wildgrowth Walker, pump the Wildgrowth Walker instead. So we would only survive with one thing, but not like that really mattered, obviously. There was no way for him to do anything, really. I really don't want to craft Gigantosaurus, though. Maybe as just a cheap substitute for right now, we'll put... After this game, we will take out the 2 Sylvan's Awakenings, and we'll put in 2 Steel Leaf Champions instead. I think in the long run, I would rather have the... have 4 Gigantosaurs instead of 2 Steel Leafs and 2 Gigantosaurs, but I think for now that will probably work. Just to give us some more oomph. Jadelight Ranger, Gigantosaurus, some Forebear's Blades. Yeah, I think this is okay. So we're up against like a probably black-white vampires. A Johnny's Pride Mate kind of nonsense. Or like, but we'll see. Alright, I need to adjust this because it's really distracting. I have my Twitch channel up behind the game so that I can see if anybody happens to talk in the chat. But I had just enough of the screen that I was seeing my hand at the bottom of the screen twice, which is really awkward. No, I don't think we want that. I don't think we want that. So this looks like a Helm of the Host into Gigantosaurus, into equip the Helm of the Host onto the Gigantosaurus. Seal away, sure. Not a problem. Alright. Having a bunch of Multani sounds pretty nice too. You think he knows what our plan is here? Do you think he's figured it out? I don't know. He might know about it. Alright, so we're only going to attack with one because I don't want to get Settle the Wreckage. And, seal away, that's fine too. Same thing, like I didn't want to let him seal away that one. Alright, let's play, we can't play Multani, unfortunately, so let's just do that. Combat. Does that give us 4? No, unfortunately that does not give us enough to, another seal away. Alright, see? We're smart by not playing into these damn seal aways. Rewarded. Alright, do we want those? No. So we have... Alright, there we go. We're gonna get some damage on him eventually, guys. Again, we don't want to attack with that one. Because I feel like he's holding Settle the Wreckage. See, we're so smart. We are so smart. We are just the smartest. We knew this guy had it. We knew he had it. Alright. So, we can now... Ooh, so we actually can't... We can't play and equip both of the Forebear's blades. Well, we could equip that one. But because the clone isn't created until the start of combat... Oh my gosh, since the clone isn't created until the start of combat and equip happens at sorcery speed, we couldn't play the other Forebear's blade and equip both dinos with one. But it's fine. He saw what was up. I think he knew he was dead when he realized that I wasn't going to play into Settle the Wreckage. This is feeling kind of okay. So let's go ahead and make that adjustment we talked about. We will take out the Sylvan Awakenings, put in Steel Leaf Champions, and that makes for kind of a nice payoff for having the Llanowar Elves in here, in addition to having the Gigantosaurus. And then, should we take an Immortal Sun out? No, I think this is fine. Our 3-drops are a little crowded with the Jadelight Rangers, Steel Leafs, and Swordtooths, and Forebear's Blades. But I don't know that that's a problem necessarily. We just have a pretty early curve. All right, cool. Let's run it, and then we'll take this. We'll go ahead and take this to quick constructed, and see what happens. Hopefully, it's not that we run into Is It Drake after Is It Drake, unless this happens to be really good against Is It Drakes because of the because of what we're doing. I don't know. I got nothing. I don't know. We're just gonna try it. We're gonna play it. We're gonna try it. We're gonna see. We're gonna see what happens. Arena keeps trying to crash on me, so that's fun. Alright. Llanowar Elves into Jadelight Ranger sounds okay. Sure. And then we have the Forebear's Blade to start hitting things. Alright, so I have no idea how this is going to how this is going to work against mono blue tempo. Honestly, it might be pretty good because mono blue is all about like disruption, just stopping you from interacting with them, and we don't really want to interact with them. We just want to hit them in the face with our Jadelight Rangers and stuff. So this might be fine. This might actually be a fine matchup for us, unless they can like counter all our stuff. Steel Leaf Champion sounds pretty good to me. And that lets us hold on to the Jadelight Ranger in case we draw a Wildgrowth Walker. He is holding up Wizard's Retort mana, which could be annoying. Essence Scatter. That's weird. That's weird. Alright. Good thing is Yavimaya Multani has reach, so if we can manage to play him before we die, everything might be okay. We have 5 mana. What's the play here? I think we just play that. We're going to take a bunch of damage. I think we keep that. Maybe. I don't know. Shit. Alright, so Multani is going to drop as a 5/5, which means that Tempest Djinn is pretty dangerous. Yeah, we're dead. Okay. Alright. That Essence Scatter stopped us from getting going. And Arena has crashed, so let's bring that back up. Apparently 5 games is Arena's limit, and it said it wasn't working anymore. If you guys are wanting to take a closer look at the deck, Deck Master, or is it Stream Decker or Deck Master? Stream Decker? I think it's Stream Decker. Should be working, so if you want to hit deck in chat, let me see if that's working. Doesn't look like it's working. Alright, well, Arena has been revived, so we can get going with game 2. If anyone happens to know why Stream Decker might not be working, that would be really cool to know why and be able to fix it. Alright, what do we have? This feels pretty slow, but maybe it's okay. So, is this Boros Aggro, Boros Angels? Is this Jeskai Control? Alright, some kind of Boros Aggro. Alright. Double Strike, Vigilance, and Trample. And then it's going to keep getting bigger and bigger because of Mentors and things like that. This Boros equipment of some variety. Alright, we are drawing an awful lot of lands here. Oh, whoa, what just happened? Did I just skip my turn? Whoa, I was trying to move things around, and I think we just skipped our turn. Ruh-roh. I guess we keep that. Oh no, you know, yeah, I don't know. So yeah, this is definitely an equipment deck. Him having first strike on everything is really obnoxious. So he's probably going to play dub on that if he has it, which it looks like he does not. If we can survive until we can play Finality, we might be okay. No blockers. So next turn we take alright, so we do this so that we have an extra blocker, and then next turn we can cast the other one to clear the board. So I think it's going to be okay. I think we'll be okay. Because we can Finality and then play Multani, and life will be good. Multani does die to Justice Strike, but he also comes back to life, so it's not that big a deal. Alright. Alright. Yep, sure. Not a problem. So I think we're in a pretty good spot, actually. Multani, you know, we don't want to get Multani exiled, but yeah, this looks like a pretty aggro deck. They're probably relying on Justice Strike for their needs, as opposed to yeah, I think we just play Multani here. Next turn we can Swordtooth and Branchwalker, and then attack with a 10/10 Multani. Sounds pretty okay. But yeah, he might have that's fine. That's not really a big deal. Oh, he's got Forebear's blades as well. Well, that's just cute. But fortunately for us, we have a bunch of Wayward Swordtooths. So I think we're going to be okay. We definitely want to keep that. And we want to bring him back to our hand. Actually, we're going to wait until the end of his turn to do that. He's trying to BM us, guys. He wants to BM. Sure. Yeah, it's fine. We should have blocked with both the Swordtooths, because he can. He first strikes the Swordtooth, and then he has Trample. So we're gonna take 3 damage. So if he's running, nope, he did not order his blocks correctly. He did something wrong there. Oh no, that's right. That's right. I'm sorry, my bad. Forebear's blade goes to that. Then we return this to our hand. Because we have the Wayward Swordtooth, we get to play both of our lands. And then we also have enough mana to play Helm of the Host. So this looks pretty okay. Alright. So now he has 12 damage. So we block with Multani. And the Swordtooth, just because we're going to make sure that we don't take any damage that we don't have to. Multani dies, which is sad. Oh no. And then we bring him back to our hand, play him again. Oh wait, hang on. What are we doing? So we do that. All right, you have to pay to do that. So that's fine. Submit. Oh, it's working. It's working. Holy shit. I can't believe it's working. This is pretty funny. Elves, Swordtooth, Gigantosaurus on turn 3. I think we are going to keep that. Playing Gigantosaurus on turn 3 is always a good time. So opt makes me think this is either, is it Drake's or Mono Blue Tempo? Definitely want to play that. Oh no, that's a swamp and not something with green mana. Are we not going to be able to play our Gigantosaurus on turn 4 or turn 3? He kept. It looks like he kept a greedy hand. You can sometimes keep one land hands if you have a bunch of ops in play or in your hand. There we go. That's what we wanted. That's what we wanted. So now that it's on the board, he's pretty much just dead to these, I think. If he can counter the Gigantosaurus, that's one thing, but once it's on the board, I don't think there's a whole lot that he can do. Let's throw that down. That's 3, 5. Alright, if this sticks as well, then the Swordtooth can also attack. Nope. Alright. It's fine, I guess. Take 11 damage. Oh, Jesus. Alright. It's alive! This deck is alive! Oh, shit. Jadelight Ranger, Wayward Swordtooth, Immortal Sun, a bunch of lands. I think that's okay. We can Wayward Swordtooth on 3. Ranger on 4. Yep, sure. Maybe we're going to be able to... Are we going to be able to Ranger on 3? Because that's 3... No, okay. A Doom Whisper. Ooh. So we Wayward Swordtooth, Cemetery, Wildgrowth Walker. If we draw a land, we Immortal Sun. If we don't draw a land, we Ranger. Maybe we should Ranger anyway, because then we can attack with... No, I think just sticking the Immortal Sun is good. I don't know. No, we should probably attack, because if we Wildgrowth, or if we Jadelight Ranger, we get a bunch of health, we pump the Walker a bunch, and we can hit 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if we hit 2 lands, we can also attack with the Swordtooth. No. Go ahead and get in with your damage, that's fine. Yeah, so we are definitely going to get rid of any non-land here. When I said any non-land, would I actually... Oh yeah, because we don't get to draw that right now. So we want to land. Ooh. Alright, so we're not going to get a land, like, we don't have another draw at a land, so keeping that seems good as protection against Assassin's Trophy. Because, yeah, we already have an Immortal Sun in hand, but we don't have anything to stop Assassin's Trophies. Sure, doing this girl. It's fine. We don't mind that. Do we want to block that? Yeah, I guess we should probably... Ooh, that'll slow us... No, because that'll slow us down from hitting Ascension. So 4, 8, 9... We just need a land. We just need a land. Anything that's not a land can get the fuck out. There we go. That's a land. And then we can keep that. Yeah. Alright. And we're not attacking. Because we don't want to just get blocked by the Doom Whisperer. But next turn, we'll have Immortal Sun down. Oh, no we won't. Because we still don't have a 6th land. Well, that's sad. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? We still don't have a land. Damn. I mean, if we keep casting Jadelight Rangers, we're bound to find a land eventually, right? Alright, Alright. Oh, crap. We could have cast Immortal Sun. I'm retarded. I'm retarded. We did find a land before, and I'm retarded, and I did not do what we were supposed to do. That can go in the graveyard. That can go. No, we don't want to attack with that. Maybe we probably should have attacked with the 3/3 or the 3/2 Jadelight Rangers, because those aren't going to trade any better after we get the Immortal Sun up. So we need to slam Immortal Sun, or if we draw Multani, we'll play Multani. But Immortal Sun is going to draw us into some stuff that'll hopefully keep us alive. And it'll just let us go beat his face in, basically. Alright. But yeah, that, missing the chance to Immortal Sun... Oh, that's ugly. Missing the chance to Immortal Sun is really not good for us. At least he did that before swinging with the Doom Whisperer, so we're not getting our faces beat in. So he did a bit of a misplay as well. Do we want to take this block? No. I think 2 damage from the Jadelight Ranger isn't going to matter in the long run. Is it correct to Multani here? Oh, we should have taken it because he got pumped up, so he's going to trade with our Swordtooth regardless. Um, hmm. I think it's correct to Immortal Sun here. Because he could have more answers to the Immortal Sun than to the... Or, I'm sorry, he could have more answers to Multani than to Immortal Sun. He could have another Vraska. He could have Vraska, the big Vraska. He could have Chupacabras. Assassin's Trophy deals with this or that, but... Alright, so we definitely block, which isn't awesome because it means we can no longer... Ooh. Ooh, that kind of sucks. How many lands do we have? 4, 6, 7. So, alright, so this is fine. Multani is going to be an 8/8. And now we know his hand is empty, so he has to top deck an answer to us. So we have stabilized. He can just attack with both of them. And he'll get, a bunch of damage in. So we have not pressured his life total very much, so he can just surveil for an answer, which is bad for us. Very bad for us. Yeah, I mean, there's literally nothing stopping him from going down to 1 HP, looking for a Chupacabra or something. So I feel like we just lost. So he has a creature in hand. He has like a Branchwalker or something in hand, it looks like. Llanowar Elves, sure. And he found an answer that he liked, or something that he liked anyway. Maybe it was another Llanowar Elves. Alright, let's get some big guys. Let's get some big guys. Alright, that's a big guy. Alright. Library, I guess. Alright. That's a big guy. That's a big guy. Alright, so again, he has Trample and Vigilance. So he has to block this. We have Lethal if he does not block it. He's going to lose one of his big threats in blocking this. And then the Forebear's Blade will bounce onto the Steel Leaf Champion. We definitely killed the Doom Whisperer. Oh, so... Okay, he's being smart here. And he's going to try and block this. He's blocking it this way so that we don't have the option to kill the Doom Whisperer. Which means he can fly overhead. Sure. That goes there. But if he doesn't have an answer to both of these, we can kill him on our turn, I think. Right? If he attacks. Because the Forebear's blade just keeps bouncing around, and it's fantastic. It's so much fun. Alright. So he hasn't found answers yet. That's not going to help you. I think we won. So we have 5, 6, 7. So, and Multani only costs us 5 because we have the Immortal Sun in play. So we can pull Multani out of the graveyard and cast him on our turn. But I mean, this is like a real ghetto Golgari deck that we're up against. It's running some weird shit. Come on. What you gonna do, buddy? Alright, so we definitely only attack with the champion. Although, it's kind of a mistake. I think it probably would have... No. I'm trying to figure out if it would have been right to recast Multani first. He seems to be counting our lands, which seems to indicate that he knows that we can recast Multani. Alright. He's down to 2. Re-equip that. We can do that, and then Multani is only 5 right now. So I think we can cast that. Activate that. Sure. Oh no, I messed up. I messed up. I miscounted. Rip. Ripperino. But I don't think it matters. We have a body on deck. We have Forebear's blade. We're kind of okay. We're doing fine. Okay. You have another one of those? Okay. Yeah, you get in there for 1. You show me. Woo! Look at these lands, man. So many lands. I ain't got time for all these lands. Cast down doesn't work. Oh, he does have an exile. Oh no. Oh no. We might be in trouble. We need to draw 2 creatures here. We need to draw 2 creatures. Okay, that's kind of drawing 2 creatures. That's similar to drawing 2 creatures. We can get the Wildgrowth Walker and a Jadelight Ranger. We don't have a... I thought we had a Wildgrowth Walker in there. So let's take that. And that, because the Steel Leaf Champion will survive against what's it called? Finality, because of the buff from the Immortal Sun. Okay. Got him! We did it. That is another W. His deck is working. It's working. Holy crap, it's working. Oh boy. I can't believe it's working, but it's working. Alright. Seems passable. We can't cast the Steel Leaf Champion with what we have, but we can cast the Jadelight Ranger, and that should get us some more land. And as a backup plan, you know, we have that. Although since we're up against red, we would probably like to draw Wildgrowth Walkers and explore. Okay. Those firebrands, unfortunately, mean that there is a close to 0% chance that this survives. Because all he has to have is a shock or another firebrand. I think this deck only runs 2 firebrands though. But if he just has a lightning strike, then that's obviously a much cleaner answer for him. But instead of the Ranger, we can play the Steel Leaf Champion. That survives a lightning strike on its own. And that means that we can also hold on to these in case we draw another Wildgrowth Walker. Sure. Okay. I think we have to Jadelight Ranger here. It is going to eat a ping from a firebrand. Sure. And we also can't block the Chain Whirler because, yeah, we don't need that. That seems okay. We don't need another Forebear's Blade. We can't block the Chain Whirler because if we do, then he pings us with the Firebrand, and then in first strike just kills us, and he still has his Chain Whirler. But after we play this Jadelight Ranger, he'll probably ping it with the Firebrand. Or maybe he doesn't, honestly. Maybe he just keeps the keeps it back to prevent us from ever blocking with the Steel Leaf Champion. Alright. Drop that down. So is he going to ping it? Yep, okay. If we could draw to a Wildgrowth Walker, that would be great. And how about another Jadelight Ranger? Yeah, I think just continuing to have bodies on the ground is fine. Because we can cast both of these Rangers in our hands. Wow. Alright, so again, we're in a position where we can't block the Chain Whirler. Wow, that is so much damage. We can take the trade here, but the problem is if we do that, then we have no way of stopping these Chain Whirlers. So I think we're just in a really shitty position where we're dead pretty much no matter what we do. Yep. Merfolk Branchwalker does not help us. Immortal Sun does not help us right now. We already have one in our hand, so, you know. Okay, but I think we're just dead. Yeah, that's... Decline. Take some cards. Draw a Lightning Striker Wizard's Lightning. Use the Runaway Steam Can. Bolt us to the face, and we lose. I'm assuming that's what that means. Oh. No, not yet. He's drawing some more cards. Now, can you kill us? Yep, cool. Alright. Alright, that's fine. We're not really built to beat red deck wins. We do have Wildgrowth Walkers and the Explore package, so we're not like awful against them, but I greatly prefer having what's it called? The Seeker Squire over the Merfolk Branchwalkers as a way to deal with red decks, but I didn't want to dip into black that much. I wanted to keep our green mana consistent, and that's why the only non-green mana source we have in our deck is a single swamp to be there to search if they Assassin's Trophy us or something. Other than that, we have, you know, dual lands that have swamps so that we can cast Finality, but we only have but we don't have any actual non-green mana sources other than that one swamp. That makes sure we can cast Gigantosaurus and Steel Leaf Champions, I guess, now that we put those in the deck. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. I want to get mad at him, but I guess I kind of can't because I also have a tendency to like alt-tab out of the game and then not realize that I'm up. You gotta, you know, check Reddit while you're playing. Alright. So I think this looks pretty okay. We would like to start drawing some more Explore creatures, so that we can drop bodies on the ground. Or a Wayward Swordtooth would be super awesome, because we have a whole bunch of lands now. Wayward Swordtooth would be the nuts. That would get us to Multani on turn 4, if we drew a Wayward Swordtooth right now. And playing Multani on turn 4, it's pretty okay. Turn 4 6/6s are not bad. Well, we don't like that at all. Yeah, we trade here. Fine. So now we have to find something for him to Vraska's Contempt that isn't our Multani. Unless we draw another Multani, in which case, who cares? Jadelight Ranger, or okay, Wayward Swordtooth. If we're back to the Wayward Swordtooth plan, I'm okay with that. So see, that's something he might want of Vraska's Contempt. So we have 5, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 permanents we can put on the board next turn. If we draw a 2-drop, 1 or 2 drop, then or a 3 drop. Honestly, if we draw 1, 2, or 3 drop, then we can have 10 permanents, and we can start attacking with the Swordtooth. Although we may not want to yet, until we can equip the Forebear's Blade onto him. Oh. Did I miscount? I obviously miscounted something. Alright, so if we have that, we should... No, I don't want to do that. We will equip this, attack for 8. We can kill 2 things if he blocks. Yep. Totally fine with that. God, I love this, like... I keep getting them, they keep popping up. Like, I didn't craft any of these, I don't think. Yeah, I don't know, like, I wouldn't craft any of these. But they just keep, like, showing up. And so I have a full play set of them now. Him having Doom Whisperer... Oh no, he binned the Vraska's Contempt. He binned that, so we can just... We can just do that. That's a thing we can just do. I don't know, like, I was sitting there thinking that he left that on top of his deck and was drawing into it. But he didn't. He just threw that in the trash. So we can just play Multani. And I'm retarded for not realizing that. Okay. Oh no, he's gonna kill our Forebear's Blade. That's just mean. Why would you do something like that? Okay, okay, so we have a couple of options. We could... If we Finalitied, we could go ahead and kill... Oh no, we don't have to kill that because we have that. Duh. No reason to kill Vraska. So now Multani is an 8/8. We can go ahead and swing with him. Right? Yeah, I think we go ahead and swing with him. That is fine. And then we have Multani again. We have our Forebear's Blade. We have some cool stuff in the... Yeah, that's fine. You can have a bunch of little dudes, that's fine. Because we're going to draw a bunch of cards. What does he have? Like, fungal infection is black mana. So there's, yeah. Maybe we should just go ahead and Finality. I think that's probably actually our best. Oh, we can't. Oh, here we go. Now we can Finality. Alright. Yes, we would like to put tokens on a creature we control. We can... We can play that, but we can't equip it. We can cast that. Unfortunately, we cannot... I would probably like to go ahead and kill Vraska if we only have, like, a 2 damage attack or something. Just to, like, in case our Immortal Sun gets Assassin's Trophied. But it may just not be worth it. Alright, cool. We beat another Golgari deck. This Find Finality card is like super, super strong. I keep trying to figure out ways to work it into like random decks. Like this deck was originally just going to be mono green, and then I was like, you know, we can just go ahead and put Find in there and not even worry about the Finality part. Find's pretty good with this Explore package. And I was like, well, Finality is really, really good. Finality is really good. Okay, so Wayward Swordtooth on 3, Gigantosaurus on 4. Hopefully, if we draw lands. That's a shock land, so we play that now. Alright, is it an Is It deck? It might be. Alright, if we don't draw a land, we'll have to play the Jadelight Ranger. Doughty Ranger. I got some good stuff in there. So this is Grixis control discard thing with like Nicol Bolas and shit. Disinformation campaigns and Nicol Bolas. It gets rid of the Ranger. Interesting. Yeah, I think we just go ahead and play that. So he knows about one of our Forebear's Blades in hand. He doesn't know about the other one. I guess we discard that. Well, we were gonna hide the Forebear's Blade, but since we have an opportunity to cast it and nothing else to cast, you know, that's what we're doing. Are we gonna get Nicol Bolas? No, Disinformation campaign. I mean, we have to discard that and just hope we draw a land, which we did not. Okay. So I think we hold on to the land in case he plays Nicol Bolas right now. Or another Disinformation campaign. And then just, if we do get our land discarded, then we just hope that we draw another one and can play Gigantosaurus. Nope, he's going to Thought Erasure us, get rid of the Gigantosaurus. So now he does not have the right mana to cast Disinformation Campaign, so we're okay on that front. We didn't get our land discarded. We can do that, we can do that, and we can start smacking him in the face for 5 damage, which doesn't seem awful. Okay. Sure. Cast down is a pain. Alright, so is he holding up Sinister Sabotage, I'm assuming? We pretty much just have to play out our lands, because 6, 7, 8, 9. If we draw one more land, we can start attacking for 8 damage with the Swordtooth. So really, land is just our best draw. Anything else is unlikely to resolve. But if we get a land, we can start attacking for a lot of damage. I mean, this doesn't resolve, but we can also keep casting it, so it's not the worst thing in the world. Because remember, we have to pay 2 and return 2 lands, which are the 2 lands that we just returned. And then because of Swordtooth, we can play 2 lands, and then we have enough mana to cast it. Yep. Draw some cards, why don't you? So, we've seen one Sinister Sabotage. Does he have... Oh, he does have a Nicol Bolas. Fortunately, we have that. We also have that. And he's now tapped out, so we get to cast Multani. So he's probably going to flip Nicol Bolas. If he has cast down or something, that's pretty bad for us because he can kill Multani, flip Nicol Bolas, and then resurrect Multani. And that's actually like really bad for us. He does not have cast down, so he's going to have to resign himself to Vraska's Contempting. Sure. Okay, I don't know why he did that, because now he can't kill the Swordtooth. I mean, I guess his plan is just to flip Nicol Bolas next turn, which I guess works. So we're probably in trouble here. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lands in play. Okay. Damn. If he had flipped Nicol Bolas and resurrected Multani, we still would have been able to kill Multani, and then we could resurrect him ourselves. But didn't work out that way. You know, 4 wins. That's not awful.